Hey guys, it's Chris at Highline Guitars. You're watching another one of my YouTube guitar building videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that by the end of this video, I'll have earned the honor and privilege of your subscription. And of course, to everybody who's watching, if you enjoy or get anything out of this video, I would appreciate it if you would click that thumbs up button down below. And it's also important to remember, I don't have a Patreon page, nor do I offer special privilege membership subscriptions or anything like that. But what I do have is my eGuitar Plans website and my Highline Guitars merch store. And there are links in the description below. With both of those sites, you can purchase plans for building guitars as well as the tools that we use to build guitars. And any purchase you make will help to support this channel financially so that I can keep making videos on building guitars, as well as reviewing all the tools that we use to make guitars. So what I want to talk about in today's video, this is a bit of a departure from what I've done in the past. This is going to be sort of a tool review, although it's not actually a tool review in the classic sense. Normally when I do a tool review, I have the tool in my possession and I will demonstrate how it works, and I'll let you know if I think the tool is worth the price, if it even works. But in this case, the tool that I'm going to talk about, I don't actually have in my possession. It's kind of a long story, but a couple of months ago, I happened to see a video for a tool called the Fret Maestro. And this is a tool that is made and marketed by a company called Six String. I have no experience in the past with Six String or their tools or any of the products they sell. I'm not financially involved with the company. I had never heard of them at all until I saw this video for the product that they describe or that they call the Fret Maestro. And right away, I have to admit, I was intrigued. In fact, after watching the video, I posted a comment on that video where I basically said I find this product to be really interesting and that it could potentially fit well into my workflow. I'll explain more about that in a little bit. However, after doing a quick search to see, to try to learn more about this product, I discovered that it's fairly expensive. Although I can't really say that the price isn't warranted because of the way the product is designed. Again, I don't have the product in my hand, so I can't tell you, I can't review it. At the time, I was certainly interested in it, and part of the reason why I left that comment was because I was hoping that the owner of the company would see it and would contact me and say, hey, let me send you a product, let me send you one of the Fret Maestros, and you can test it out yourself and maybe, do a video on your experience with it, or at the very least, I could let him know what I thought of the product, just as a way to help improve it. But then after I left the comment, I pretty much forgot about it. Well, a couple of weeks went by, and then I saw a couple of other videos that showed up on YouTube from different YouTube content creators. One of them was a review cautioning potential buyers of the Fret Maestro. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below for both the videos that I saw. These were done by, like I said, third-party YouTube content creators. And both videos were very critical of this product. So I actually shared a link to one of those videos on my YouTube channel, and I said, food for thought. That's all. Because again, I can't really comment on this product without having it in my possession. Well, shortly after I posted that food for thought link, I got a bunch of emails from viewers who wanted to know what my thoughts are on this product. And what I had to do to answer that question was to respond that I can't really say what my thoughts are because I haven't actually tested the product myself. However, I stand by my comment on the original video where I said that I found the product interesting and that it could fit into my workflow or potentially fit into my workflow. However, I started to think about it, and it occurred to me that what I could do in lieu of an actual product review is at least share with you my thoughts on the claims that the Six String is making about this product, as well as some thoughts about the videos that have been posted that are critical of the product. And I wouldn't suggest that you purchase or decline purchasing the product based on what I'm saying. I just want you to use this as some information that you can use to help you to decide after you've reviewed all the available information and watched the videos and considered the price and everything. So it's really more just some food for thought. But when I saw this product demonstrated, my thought was that this could actually work well in my workflow. But it's very important to understand, I do not repair, restore, or rebuild existing instruments. I never work on other people's guitars. I used to in the past, but we're talking more than 15 years ago. I don't do that anymore. What I do is I build from scratch my own designs. Because of that, I have the ability to ensure that the fretboard that I create has been generated to a very high level of precision. Sometimes I refer to it as laser-like precision. I can ensure that the radius from the nut to the heel and from side to side is perfect. And I strive to do that so that when I install the frets, and I always press in my frets, and I make sure that the fret wire has been radiused correctly. But the goal is to make sure that once I've installed all the frets, there is no need to do any fret leveling. Or at the very most, maybe a little bit of spot leveling. But I would say that probably 40 to 50% of the guitars that I make require no fret leveling because that's how precise I'm able to get the frets installed. The other 50 to 60% do require some fret leveling. I can occasionally notice a spot on a fret that's high and needs to be reduced to be the same level as all the other frets. However, because I'm able to achieve a very precise fretboard, the amount of fretwork I have to do is pretty limited. And since my fretboards are made to a very high level of precision, I think that a tool like the Fret Maestro would work well in my workflow. And to understand why, you have to understand how the Fret Maestro works. And I really don't want to get into detail about how it works because I don't have the tool to demonstrate. So what I've done is I've posted a link in the description below to the video that I saw, which explains how the Fret Maestro works. But in a nutshell, the Fret Maestro relies on the fretboard. The Fret Maestro has sort of a built-in safety. So as you're leveling a fret, once the Fret Maestro comes in contact with the fretboard, it stops grinding away the top of the fret. So you can't take off too much material, in theory. Now, I think that a tool like this would work well in my workflow since my fretboards are made to a high degree of precision and I know what their state is, before I finish the guitar. However, if you're somebody who does a lot of guitar repair work or restoration work, or you've got customers who are bringing in their beloved instruments for you to work on, you can't be absolutely certain that that fretboard is consistent from the nut to the heel and from side to side. There could be flaws in the surface of that fretboard. flaws that you can sometimes see and some that you can't. Some of these flaws can be a twist in the fretboard. There can be bumps in different places, dips, uneven wear due to the playing style of the guitarist. In other words, the fretboard can be pretty far from accurate. And because this Fret Maestro tool relies on the accuracy of the surface, any flaws that may be present in the surface could be telegraphed to the top of the fret that you're trying to level, or all the frets that you're trying to level. So getting a precise level fret job with this tool on an older guitar or a vintage guitar may not be possible if the fretboard isn't absolutely perfect to begin with. And that's one of the reasons why I've sort of hesitated to review this tool. You know, I could purchase it myself and try it out, but I have been hesitant to do so because I think that it would only work well in a very narrow range of situations. One of them being the one that I'm in, where I know the fretboard is perfect. Now you could, if you're a guitar repair person, if you encounter a guitar that has flaws in the fretboard, you would simply pull all the frets, re-radius the fretboard, bring it to a high level of precision, install new frets, then you could use the Fret Maestro. But you're going to probably have to convince the owner of the guitar to spend the money to do that much work. And a lot of guitarists are going to say, I don't want to go that far, let's just do a quick level. So in that case, I'm not sure that the Fret Maestro would be the right choice. Again, I can't say for sure because I haven't tested the product itself. I'm just giving you my thoughts, having watched the video, read the marketing copy, and watched videos from folks who've been critical of the product. And since many of you keep asking me what my thoughts are, here they are. So I think that what it comes down to is you have to look at the price of the product and decide if it's warranted before you make the purchase. And that's part of what has kept me from buying the product. Is it is fairly expensive. Now, a lot of times when I see a tool like this, I will think about what it would cost if StewMac were selling the product. In that case, it's probably right in the ballpark. However, I'm not sure what this product is even made out of. When I look at what I see in the video and on Six String's website, it looks like it's some sort of composite phenolic material. I'm not even really sure. I would feel better if it was made out of stainless steel or even aluminum. And I'm not sure what the mechanics of it are. And I can understand why the owner of Six Strings doesn't want to explain how the product functions mechanically, because in this world, people will steal your ideas and make them in China. However, it seems to me that if that mechanical structure is important, it would be patented. Now, in truth, getting a patent on a design for a guitar tool in the modern era is kind of silly, because even if you have a patent, somebody in China is going to rip it off anyways and sell it. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And getting a patent on a tool it's very expensive. And like I said, it's not a guarantee that somebody else isn't going to rip it off. But I think that there are going to be a lot of folks who will look at that product and the Fret Maestro itself, and they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to wait around until somebody in China rips it off and starts to sell it for half the price. And if the tool does work as advertised, that will happen eventually, unless the person who owns Fret Maestro or Six String guitars can find a way to manufacture it for a lower cost and then sell it themselves for a price that makes it unattractive for companies in China to knock off and sell themselves. So that's probably a subject for a whole nother video at any rate. So I know that this video might not satisfy those who want a definitive answer on this product, but I hope that you can take what I've said and just use it as food for thought when considering purchasing this tool for yourself. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying it does work, but I do see the possibility, at least in my workflow. So I may at some point break down and purchase one of the Fret Maestros and see how it works in my situation. But until then, we'll just have to kind of wonder if the product is worth the hype and the money that is being charged for it. So I hope you found this video to be useful. If so, click the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below if you have used this tool yourself, and let us know what you think of it, or let us know what your thoughts are, similar to mine, not having you actually tested the product itself. So I'm just curious to see. The more information that I have, the more likely I am to either decide to purchase it and test it myself, or just abandon it and continue doing my fret leveling the way I've always been doing it. So that's all I've got for today. So as always, take care, stay safe, click the thumbs up button, click subscribe, visit Highline Guitars merch store, visit the eGuitar Plans web store, and I hope to see you back soon for another guitar building video.